Hello everybody, welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to Conahey Rail. So, when I first started Conahey Rail in 2015 building a layout, I started off with diesel. Obviously Conrail diesel era. And I stuck with that sort of theme, sticking with Conrail, sticking with diesel locomotives, because I'm a diesel guy. Not that I hate steam locomotives, I don't. But I prefer diesel. Me and my dad would go back and forth quite often, steam locomotive versus diesel, but I know there's a lot of channels out there that love steam, and that's cool. Everybody's got their own thing that they want to do on their layout. And as I was sticking with the Conrail / Penn Central era, as you guys seen, showed how I dabbed for a little bit of time in the CSX in Norfolk Southern, and decided to cut that back into Conrail. Just concentrate on Conrail / Penn Central and maybe some other railroads that Conrail took over. And people were like, for a long time, Dakman, when are you going to get a steam locomotive? And finally, the right one came along. I was writing, there was just nothing out there, basically, that really said, buy me, I guess you could say, since I'm a diesel guy. And one of these days, I hope that diesel locomotives get as much attention as steam as far as the old diesel locomotives, because sometimes I think there's famous diesel locomotives out there that I think they're well overlooked, because people focus on steam, steam this, steam that. And again, it's all cool, but there's some cool unique pieces out there that were diesel as well, and they deserve to be in a spotlight as well. Example would be my visit to the Virginia Transportation Museum, and out there I had to see it in person, and it was beautiful. It was the Norfolk and Western Bicentennial SD45. That thing was nice. It was such a great sight to see. And they had some other unique diesels out there. And I am so glad I didn't get to attend it. I hope there's another event like this someday. And I don't care what it takes, I'll attend the next one. But thankfully, there was an organizer who's seen that early diesels deserve to be in a spotlight too. So there was an event called Streamliners at Spencer in North Carolina. And that was in 2014, and it featured real early diesels, and I've seen pictures and YouTube video, but unfortunately I couldn't make that event at that time. Would have loved to have been there, but maybe the next time around, hopefully somebody has an event like that again. Lionel announced a Camelback steam locomotive number 774 in the Central New Jersey paint scheme, and that is what got me excited. It's like, alright, that's going to be my first steam locomotive. For two reasons. Number one, the price of it was like really good. For a legacy steam locomotive, yeah, I mean, when you're talking about legacy steam, you're looking at $1,200 all the way up to $2,800, so you got a real steep investment. But that was really priced well. That was number one. And number two, the Jersey Central number 774 Camelback was really famous. And three, the last thing was, it made an excursion to my town on the last year that it ran, which was in 1955. So, in 1955, Central New Jersey Camelback number 774 made an excursion and actually stopped right here in my town in 1955. That was the last time that steam locomotive was run for this excursion. And then it went from Winslow, which is north of me, south to my town, South Jersey. And then finally from South Jersey, from where I live, it went over to Jim Thorpe. And it had the green Central Jersey passenger cars, which I had to go with it. So I basically, I copied that last run that it made. So I had the passenger cars. So I run it as an excursion train on Conahey Rail, sort of like copying, okay, what if it survived today, and now it's doing excursions. Which I don't know if that would happen since it's a camelback, because of safety features, so I'm not sure if they would even allow a camelback to run if you even got it operational and an excursion service. But that's a story and topic for another time. I have had guests come over and run steam locomotives on Conahey Rail. So, as well as passengers, because people notice that I run freight. I've had people ask me, Sean, what about the Conrail OCS train? I'm like, even though I'm a Conrail guy, it's like the OCS train, the passenger train, it's like, it's kind of like boring. I know people are going to hate me for saying that. But yeah, it's like I don't know, it's like a boring set to me. It's like, I like to have freight where I can mix in different cars, and it's more exciting than running. I'll probably run that. I thought about getting that set when it first came out, and I thought to myself, you know what? Quite honestly, I would run that set maybe once or twice and put it in a box, and then not run it again because I'd be so bored with it. But there was quite some unique pieces that MTH came out that you could add to it, the sounds car, to make it a little bit more exciting. But it was something that I never bought, and right now I don't know if I would still buy it. It's like real low on the Conrail priority list to buy. Unless I got it really cheap. I'm going to go ahead and we'll show you the guest runs of the steam locomotives, the passenger trains that's been here on Conahey Rail. But before we show the guests that run here with the steam locomotives and the passenger trains, let's take a look at my excursion run of the Central New Jersey passenger train. The last year it ran, 1955, when it visited my town. So here we go.